Hello, welcome to another poetry reading with yours truly, ClarencePlank, the Shoebox Poet. I am here on a rainy day, so there's a possibility that we could have either a severe storm or a tornado coming in at 10:30. Hopefully, it's just a storm. It's just, you know, not really fond of storms, but it is what it is, kind of thing. But I hope you all are doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope everything's going well with you, and you had a good weekend so far. Um, it's been a long week for me, and so I'm glad to be able to be here to be able to do this. It's been a lot of fun, and dodging storms and all kinds of chaos is here. But again, I hope you all are doing well, and along with all the other kind of chaos in the world. But anyway, this poem's called "Here I Am Again." Here I am again with this riot in my heart. Someone opened up an old wound, and I had to take myself away. How did I go wrong in loving you? Now I feel the emptiness as my heart sinks when you walk into the room. I feel so deep into you and lost control. How stupid could I be? In those depths of my weakness, my heart breaks. My love for you still hurts. Truth be told, I tried my best. Not many prayers can be spoken to ease the hurt inside, because here I am again, broken from my sadness, lost and out of touch. And this is basically about ending up again in a certain situation with someone or something or a different thing, because or you being somewhere and you ended up seeing your ex or something like that, and then you're like, damn, okay, really didn't want to feel these emotions. I really didn't want to see that person because that person is with somebody else or something to that extent. This was inspired by this wasn't really. Well, got a severe thunderstorm. Okay, coming in. Okay, so basically, this wasn't inspired, but basically, a situation happened where I was at a function and I happened to see somebody, and it's just like every time I saw that person, it was difficult having feelings or wanting to get to know the person on a much deeper level, but the person's not really interested in you or interested in having those same mutual things. So you have to just let it go and move on. And it's tough. This next one's called Hope's Love. The night was still. As I lay in a gentle slumber, I dreamed of a woman dressed in a satin gown, gently flowing in the moonlight. She has long dark hair, eyes of silvery blue that took my breath away. With her tender touch, I forgot my loneliness. I can feel the warmth of her touch upon my face, and the feeling of being out of touch ended with a kiss of hope, and she smiled as she slowly faded into the night. And there are so many different movies that where you see the ghost of a woman coming to somebody, or some kind of misty that comes and basically kind of reminds you that in a way that you are meant for so much more. So that there's somebody out there for you that will definitely meet you on that level of who you are as a person. And in the other end, that gives you the hope. As I said, hopes of love. Next one's called Humble. I ask you, think with your heart and not of your mind. Forget the past, but learn from your mistakes. Always forgive and forget. Always love and have compassion. Be humble in the presence of God and remember to put God first in everything. Now, this right here was when I was going to church. This was something that was inspired by that, because basically being humble and and having humility in the eyes of God and before the throne, and trying to work out your your love for God and love for other people, and having that empathy is something that of late people seem to be having less of, and having empathy for other people. This next one's called Center of a Circle. In this circle of friends, we gather around the table. There is no difference, no race nor creed, just poets for peace, who pray for hope in this unbroken circle. We share a common faith that friendship and love is stronger than hate, stronger than anything. And in this circle, laughter, smiles, tears of joy, and hearts filled with love rule within this circle. Because each one of us have found our center, and together we are stronger within this circle of peace. This right here was inspired by that going down to that symposium down in Florida. It was through, I said, poetry.com and Greenleaf Publishing. For all the things that it was, that for all the bad things you hear about them, it was a good thing because we were able to meet other people, other poets who shared the same things that we shared, were loved. It was awesome. It was a wonderful experience, and I enjoyed it tremendously. So, this next one's called Alone Again. I, alone again, without the love I desire. Without this feeling, I find myself growing colder as I grow older, when my heart is turned to stone and my soul become black. And it is then I am alone again. And there's a lot of times where, you get to that point in your life where you just like get tired of being alone, and you find yourself alone again after you figured that this would have been the situation where you finally met somebody. And that was what this is. Last one is called Immortal. I am immortal, but I die every day without you. And that's true. We die every day in a certain way or another. So, here we go. Check out my friends on here on this in the caption. Lindsay Sterling. I wish it was Lindsay Sterling. But Lindsay Schultz at the Spine Bookshop and her Chronicles of a Bookshop podcast that she does. Definitely check her out. Buy my books through the bookshop.org or the Spine Bookshop. If you go on there and you buy a book on the Spine, if you go on and buy a book from the Spine Bookshop, that supports the bookshop. If you go on bookshop.org, you can set it up where the proceeds when you buy my book can go to the Spine Bookshop. She gets a portion of those sales. My friend Jenna Jinks and her wonderful portraits that she does, one's behind me here. She definitely does fur baby photos or family photos or anything. Just, you just need to, reach out to her. Family Jenna Jinks Portraits over on Instagram. Her link is in there. Casting in the Fire podcast with Sarah Aikenhead, Sherry Aikenhead, and Bill Arona Miller. And the things that they talk about constantly about Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Red Wall, and other things that deal with the fantasy community or as a whole. Hopefully they will be doing some new podcasts pretty soon. Knock on wood. Reiki sessions with Aria and Alberta. Definitely check them out. Check out my friend Dwight and Solo Dolo over on YouTube and Facebook. I was wrong. He is actually not a gamer because he doesn't spend all his time gaming, but he does do gaming that he plays, and little scenarios that he has done with his games for football, basketball, baseball. I don't know if he's still doing basketball or baseball, but definitely give him a look. It was definitely worth your time to be there because he tries to do dynasties with certain characters that he has created. So again, please buy my books. Oh yeah, and Tracy, wonderful makeup artist. Definitely check out her link and the things that she does. Wonderful makeup. Reach out to her for any kind of thing. Maybe she might be able to help you with that when it comes to makeup artist work. But I hope you have a good weekend. Be safe from the storms, and I will try to do my best to be safe. I will see you next Saturday, probably around this time, maybe earlier. I don't know, but y'all take it easy. Have a good day. Be safe.